Just recently, Cardano officially smashed through the 111 million transaction mark. Let that sink in for a second. 111 million transactions. That's not just a number on a screen, folks. That's real, tangible network activity. It's dApps being used, smart contracts being deployed, value being transferred. This isn't just about price action. This is about a robust, actively growing ecosystem. It tells us that the network is maturing, becoming more reliable, and critically, being used. This organic growth, this relentless building is the bedrock of what could be a truly explosive move. But here's where it gets really interesting, and where the market itself starts to tell a compelling story. Feast your eyes on this. Cardano's ADA has quietly, almost stealthily overtaken Binance's BNB in open interest. It suggests a major shift in sentiment away from more centralized chains, which, let's be honest, are facing mounting pressure right now, and towards decentralized, fundamentally strong players like Cardano. And then, there's the bombshell dropped by the man himself, Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano. He's been hinting, or rather directly stating, that Night, the native token for Cardano's highly anticipated privacy-focused sidechain, Midnight, could launch with an absolutely insane market cap over $10 billion. Now I'm an analyst, and my job is to be skeptical, to demand the direct source, to look at the data. Market cap projections pre-launch? That's often like reading tea leaves, entertaining maybe, but not exactly scientific. We need to see the specifics. However, the sheer ambition of that claim, coming from a figure like Charles, is a testament to the potential he sees in Midnight. And what truly matters isn't just a speculative number, it's the underlying technology and the utility that Midnight is poised to bring to the privacy and compliance sectors of Web3. That, my friends, is the real alpha. That's where true value is created and captured. Okay, so we've got the fundamental rocket fuel, but what about the launch pad? Is ADA technically ready for liftoff? This is where it gets really tense. Cardano, or ADA right now, is teetering on the absolute edge of a breakout. I'm talking about that classic heart-pounding moment where the price could go either way, but the signals are just screaming at us. Let's pull up the weekly chart. What you're seeing here is a textbook descending channel. This thing has been holding ADA captive since early 2024, trapping its price in a downward grind. But look closely. The price is currently actually fighting around a critical demand zone roughly between 55 and 60 cents. Now for the really juicy part, and honestly this is why I'm talking about a potential explosive move. Take a look at the momentum indicators, your RSI, your MACD. They are flashing something incredibly powerful bullish divergence. What does that mean? While ADA's price has been printing lower lows, these indicators, which measure the strength of price movements, are simultaneously forming higher lows. This is a classic high-probability signal that the bearish momentum is weakening and a trend reversal is lurking just around the corner. It's the market whispering that the sellers are getting exhausted and the bulls are quietly but powerfully taking control. The big test, the make-or-break moment, is that descending resistance line. On this chart, it's floating up near 80 cents to $1. This isn't just a line on a chart, it's a psychological barrier, a historical ceiling that has rejected every attempt at a significant rally for months. If ADA can break cleanly above that ceiling with conviction and on significant volume, then yes, my friends, we could be looking at the definitive end of this long, drawn-out slog downward. We need a clean break, no fake-outs, no wicks that just tap it and fall back down. We need a sustained push-through. Zooming out, it's clear ADA has been respecting this parallel channel with almost eerie precision. It's all lining up. As of early July 2025, ADA is hovering around 57 cents. It's gained about 3% this week, which, while not a moonshot, is significant given the current landscape. TradingView actually shows slightly higher numbers, a 4.5% gain for the week and a hefty 46% on the year. That kind of consistent growth, even in a range-bound market, keeps the optimism burning. If we get that decisive break above the resistance band, the immediate target, the one everyone will be watching, is $1.20. That's a previous rejection zone where things got heavy last time. It'll be a battleground. But if the momentum is strong, that could be just the beginning. Now I have to be balanced. Despite this incredibly bullish technical setup, the broader technical mood from some sources still feels neutral. And here's something else, a quiet advantage that hardly anyone is talking about, but it's a fundamental game changer for long-term holders. Cardano's supply curve timeline. The dApp analyst recently posted about this, and it's fascinating. ADA will hit its full supply limit by the year 2100. That's a full 40 years before Bitcoin reaches its maximum supply in 2140. Think about that for a second. By 2040, Cardano will have approximately 91 to 93% of its total supply, roughly 41 to 42 billion ADA, already out in circulation. Bitcoin, by comparison, will have released almost all of its 21 million coins, around 99%. So, what does this mean for us, the investors? It means ADA might reach its supply plateau earlier. There will be no more dramatic halving events like Bitcoin experiences, which often lead to periods of intense volatility. Instead, we'll see a steady, predictable release, a capped supply, and significantly less issuance volatility. This could make ADA a far more predictable and, dare I say, attractive asset for the patient, long-term investor. It's a quiet advantage, but honestly, it's one that could compound into massive returns over decades. So, what does this all mean? We have a network exploding with transaction activity, developer momentum is really surging, open interest flipping major players, and a groundbreaking privacy chain on the horizon with some pretty ambitious goals. And, on the charts, ADA is perched precariously and honestly beautifully on the edge of a massive technical breakout, fueled by some powerful bullish divergences. If Cardano clears that 80-cent to $1 resistance, if it truly breaks free from this descending channel, we're not just looking at $1.20. That could be the first domino. We're talking about a path opening up towards higher levels, potentially revisiting old highs and even setting new ones. Remember, this isn't guaranteed, but the conditions are definitely ripe. If Charles Hoskinson's market cap projection for night is even half accurate, it signals immense institutional interest and a new era for private transactions on a public blockchain. This is the kind of utility that drives adoption, not just speculation. Cardano isn't just quietly building, it's quietly positioning itself as a leader for the next wave of Web3 adoption. The supply cap timeline, the consistent development, the growing network usage, these are the fundamental ingredients for long-term value creation. Don't sleep on Cardano. The stage is set, the tension is palpable, and I truly believe, my friends, that ADA is gearing up for its next big rally. Are you ready? The crypto market is highly volatile and speculative. Investing in cryptocurrencies like Cardano or ADA carries significant risk, including the potential loss of all invested capital. This video is for informational and entertainment purposes only, and should not be considered financial advice. Always do your own thorough research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions.